Sticky and I am StitchyFifer here on YouTube and over on Instagram. This is my little corner of the world where I talk about my cross stitch hobby, and I've decided to go live tonight. I was going to film my whip parade over the weekend, but I don't know if you can hear from my voice. I'm a wee bit blocked up, bunged up. My nose has been streaming. Sneezing fits like 5 sneezes, which is totally unheard of with me. So yeah, I've got a bit of a cold. So I've decided to hold off and start and film it maybe probably during the week. So it'll probably go live on Saturday. Not go live. It'll probably go up on Saturday. So I've decided, as I say, to do a live stream this evening. This is An Abundance of Fruit, which is one of the 12 charts from Haid for their 2026 sale. And this needle is look at this. Look at this needle. Where are we? I've lost my where are we? There. Look at that. I guess I'm gonna have to change needles. Hold on. And I've just realised I don't have my questions, my comment screen up. I'm doing really well. At least we're working. It's working. It's live. The camera's working. It's in the right orientation. Oh dear. Yeah, we're not normally so disorganised, are we? I've been thinking about, because I'm doing this project in the evenings, maybe doing live streams, not necessarily every evening, but a couple of evenings a week. Just to let you see the progress that I'm making on it. I've stitched a total of 3,267 stitches. It's got a total stitch count of 86,156. Hold on, I'm getting that needle. That's better. Like that's straight. Look, that's better. Right. Sorry, my Chrome is just taking a wee while to load. Where is? Oh, there's the thread. I knew I'd taken a thread off a skein, but I couldn't figure out which one it was, but I found it. So yeah, as I say, I've been stitching today on Monarch of the Glen, and I stitched 1,089 stitches. I don't know, I could have stitched one more to get it to an even number, but dinner was ready. So let's open YouTube Studio. Come on, tonight would be nice, not tomorrow. My goal for this evening's stitching is 250 stitches. So one block and maybe a couple of rows in the next. These are 20 by 10 blocks. But let's just see if this is going to work. Come on. No. Maybe. Right, hold on. Back that way. Content. 5. There we are. Right. Oh, come on. Seriously? get rid of that silly message. So you're having a good 2026 so far? Hope so. Of course, we had a snow forecast for today, and of course, because the Met Office announced a yellow warning for snow and ice, we got hardly any. We got sleet instead. I suppose it's still snow and ice, isn't it? But it's just a different configuration. And here was me looking forward to between 1 and 3 centimetres of snow. I don't go out in it, but I like to look at it, and you know, if I do go out in it, I like going out when it's first falling. And there's a knot in this thread. Don't believe this. Oh, for goodness sake. Thread's not behaving. Right. There we go. Got itself all twisted up. So as I said, I'm stitching on Abundance of Fruit. I did 1089 stitches earlier on Monarch of the Glen Max colour. I'm going to try, see how I feel tomorrow. Hopefully this cold or whatever it is will be gone. And I can film my whip parade tomorrow. And get that uploaded over the course of the week. Hopefully it won't take too long to upload. There's probably going to be a few more live streams than regular Stitch With Me videos because it's taking so long to upload regular Stitch With Me videos. The ones last week were taking up anything up to 24 hours to load. And even these ones, these live streams, I need to remember to go in and just change it to public for the replay, because otherwise it does the private and it doesn't open for everyone. Hello, Charlie. How are you this evening, darling? You had your dinner? Did you eat your dinner? Are you having a deal with the typos, Maddie? Correct, eh? No, that's not where I'm going, it's there. Oh, I've got a Charlie trying to get on my knee, so my apologies. Oh no, he's gotten down. Okay. It was nice this afternoon. Sitting with the blanket over my legs, sitting stitching, and Oscar got up and lay down beside me on one side, and Charlie lay behind me with his, and every so often he'd put his paw on my shoulder just to remind me he was there. And then he got up from there and went like underneath my legs in the wee tent with a blanket, and he was so cosy. He was so cosy he fell asleep and started snoring, didn't you? You were snoring. Yes, no, you can't do that, darling. You're going to be a good boy. Are you? You're going to be a good boy today. Hope so. In fact, Oscar's lying on the back of the other chair, in the half with his face in the wall. But we shall see what happens. Where am I going with this? There, one. Oh. Why is there a thread in there already? Is that the same colour? Oh, wait a minute. I must have parked something wrong yesterday. Hold on. 1, 2. one, that's that one. That's that one. Ah, that's where it is. That's where it should be going, okay. Because that's that one. That's... I parked a thread, but I forgot to mark it, and that threw me. There we go. Right. You're doing battle, Maddie, good. I've seen quite a few people that are doing that. Their progress is looking quite good. Charlie, do you want to stop doing that? Oh my goodness. I'm getting laying on. If you're lying on my shoulder, I can't do anything because then I get pins and needles in my hand. Because you always seem to find the nerve. Will you move? Come on now, behave. Can't figure out who I'm talking to, that's the problem. I'm trying to figure out who I'm talking to. I'm talking to everyone that's on the other side of the camera. That's watching my video on YouTube. You just like YouTube and it's Cat TV, don't you? Could not do that because you're going to knock my light. Anyway. I'm going to zoom out a wee bit. I think it's a wee bit too close. Right. That fluff off now. Right. 782. This is one of the ones that I had to change one of the symbols for 782. It was not this symbol, but the other one. So I've got two symbols, both for 782. And the way that I got round, because I was trying to do them all on the one strand, but it meant I was working down the block and then going back to the top of the block again, and I was like, no, this isn't working, and it was getting muddled, so I decided to run, although both symbols are the same colour, they're going to have their own strand. So I'll see how I get on with that. So far so good. I've had the same problem in Monaco the Glen with 3773 being replaced with 407, and I've just done it exactly the same. I've got both threads, both symbols running a thread, if that makes sense. I've been seeing some lovely progress on all of the head sew actually, and the colours in Fairy Tale are beautiful. Those of you that are doing that one, I mean the colours are gorgeous. I said in a comment or a post that they remind me of stained glass windows, because just the vibrant, just how vibrant the reds and the greens are. And the White and the Brave, the little robin when it's stitched up looks amazing. So all the more incentive to get my 6 pages done. Charlie, no, you are not getting on my lap. Go and find something else to do. Go and annoy Oscar. Go and play with Oscar. Just don't make too much noise. But he's like, but Mum, when you do your videos, normally I get to sit on your knee. Not on these ones, baby. And I've got a note. Oh, come on. Right. Yeah. Today I've been sort of stitching for a wee while, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Stopping, doing a wee job. Going back and stitching again for another wee while, doing another wee job. I have to break big chores down to separate parts so that I can get them done, because with my back, if it starts hurting, I try and go through it, my legs start shaking and it's not on before I'm nearly falling down. So yeah, it's going to be interesting actually, because fortnight tomorrow I have the doctors for a blood test, so it's going to be interesting going down to the doctors, coming home. It's not the going that's the problem, it's the coming back up the hill. And I have peace because Charlie's away. So, trying to tidy up a bit in here tomorrow, because I'm going to have to change my video setup so that I can have a project on one side as I'm showing you, and then put them onto the other side when I've shown outside of me when I've shown you. So it means I'm going to have to sit probably in the middle of the sofa instead of my usual sitting in my stitchy spot. But we shall see. We shall see what happens. Now, I'll try and remember the next time I start a thread to zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. It was my questions on a couple of the groups that I'm in on how to start threads with a single strand, how I start them. So I'll try and remember. I'm also wanting to do that for finishing a thread as well. And you know this, I'm sitting with my regular glasses on, and this is perfect for seeing. I had to put my reading glasses on earlier with Monica Glen because it was pale colours. But with this being a bit more vibrant, I can see them. I can see where the threads are going easier. Ouch. I've got a hole in my finger. You heard me right, I have a hole in my finger because the back end of the eye of the needle, not this one is sharp, but one of the needles I was working with earlier, it kept catching the same spot in my finger, and oh, wait a minute, what one's that? I marked the thread off, but I've not actually stitched it off, for goodness sake. Right. Oh. Now here's a wee tip for you. If when you're stitching a 25 count or easy count, you see how my top leg slid under there? You can either undo that top leg and you see it's still sort of slipped under. If you, instead, because when I do the second leg, if I go, I normally go bottom right to top left. Sorry, this thread's not going back on the needle. Hi, Jane. And Maddie's colour completing on her page. Yes, I am keeping warm, thank you. I've got my hoodie on, but I'll be sitting with the blanket over my legs. But as well today, so because it was really cold. And then I had a furry hot water bottle because Oscar got curled into my legs beside me. Yeah, I was saying about how it goes under. It's gone under. I normally go bottom right, top left. So what I've done is come back through to the back, and I would go give that a little push down so it's back on. Oh, see, it's not going to do it, but that's normally enough to fix it. But sometimes it needs a little extra help. So what I would do is I would do what's basically a modified pin stitch, and I would go under, pull that top leg loose, go under with the thread and the needle, and then down into the top right, basically redoing that bottom leg. It's not every time that you need to do that, it's just sometimes it needs a little help. Now, what colour is that one? What is this one supposed to be? See? It's that one that was giving me all the bother. I was more interested in parking it than I was in finishing the row. So let's just, you know, if I'm going to have any problems, it's going to be with 733. That slipping tends to happen on the horizontal threads, but I have had it happen of sorts on a vertical thread, but it's usually when I'm starting my thread it slides down. Right, that's that fixed. Now, let's see. Colour you. Oh, there's only one stitch. There's no other one. Okay, let's see. I'll show you how I do a ninja stitch then. 834. Where are you hiding? Ah. Right, how do I handle a ninja stitch? I stitch it. I don't go in with a similar colour from nearby. It's there for a reason. Whether it's to just change the tone slightly, the stitches around it. Sometimes, just having a wee look around, sometimes you can get away with starting a thread for a ninja stitch and park it in the next column. Unfortunately, this one doesn't seem to have one nearby. So there's my loop start, down, top right, left, up, top right, back down, top right, through the loop. No, up, bottom, left, through the loop, back down, top right to make the first leg. And that wee tiny wee tail would normally go through, because I would just do my, to complete would be to go down there. And it would take that tail through. But because as a ninja stitch, I'm doing a loop finish, so it's up, bottom left, sorry, up, bottom right, down, top, down, bottom right to make the loop, through, up through the top left, and through the loop, and tighten it. It's the same as I do for a loop start, and then go down my bottom right, so it's, and it pulls the loop through to the back, and then to make sure I go down maybe 3 or 4 spaces, and I do a pin stitch through the fabric. Now, just take a little bit of fiddling. It is fiddly until you get used to it. Basically, I'm piercing both strands of the fabric. Sometimes I find it easier to pierce one and then sort of wiggle the needle around to get it through the second one. to find that sort of like that wee slot, you know, between the two strands that are in the, you know, that are in the vertical or the weft or the weave, to give them their proper names. And then I would pin it, pierce it through again and then pin it underneath, and then I just go cup along and cut it. And I could probably make a better demonstration of a loop finish than that. If I remember, next time I end a thread, I will try and do it slow. 834, let's just put that away. There we go. Right. I can mark that one off as done. As I said, the aim is 250 stitches this evening before I go to my bed, because that's my daily target. I mean, I've been doing great guns with this. I've got to over 3,000 stitches in what, 4 days, 5 days. So I'm doing really well. And see, I'm going to be able to show you it again, because I'm going to do just 2 stitches and then end this strand, I think. Maybe I might actually get the 4 done. I don't think I'll get the 6 of them done. If I can get the needle on the thread, you know, the thread in the needle, it would help. Come on. Oh, for goodness sake. Is needle never going on? Oh. There we go. That's it. Persevere with it and it'll eventually you get there, eh? Oh, really? Just come off again. Oh. There is enough thread there to do 6 stitches. It's whether or not I can be bothered with it unthreading itself after every half stitch. Right. There's one. I think I'm just going to end this thread and start a new thread. It's not like I've not got enough threads. Come on, just enough to finish the thread. The stitch, come on. Oh, for goodness sake. Right. Number 1, change glasses. So I can actually see what I'm doing. Number 2, change needles. And try not to get that one that's bent like a boomerang again. That one. You can go. Sometimes I find if they're really, really straight, that's the ones that I have a problem with stitching, with threading. It's going to be an oxymoron that, saying a bent needle is better for threading. It just seems to go on the thread, the needle seems to go on the thread a bit easier. I think it's just because the shape of the eyes change slightly when the needle starts to bend. But if it's shaped like a boomerang, it's not far off breaking. I don't really want to have to mess around with a broken needle tonight, because then I would have to find something to put it in so it can go in the bin, so the cats don't get it. Right, that's 4 stitches done, and that's just decided to unthread it itself again. Oh, come on, I've got 2 stitches left of this colour in this block. Come on. Right, where are we going? One there. Right. Right, let's show you how I finish again. I'll slow it down. Right, do my bottom leg. No, as normal, except I don't unthread the needle. Let's try that again. I've got a funny feeling this is a 26 needle in the 28 box. I'm going to order 2 more packs of 26 and 28. So I like my 26 needles for when I'm doing 2/1. My 28ths for when I'm doing 1/1. Right. So I've done the top leg. I come up as if I'm finishing my thread, my stitch. But what I do is I go back down the same hole, make a loop, and I usually just sort of push it so it comes up eye first, and then slips through the loop. So it's round through the loop there and tighten the loop. And then because I've done that with through coming up eye first, it's already pointing the right way down, round to go through. So, and then I don't know if you heard that pop, but you should hear the pop as it goes through. If you don't hear it, you'll feel it. Same as you do when I'm doing a loop start. Or should I say you would do when you do a loop start. And then I'm just going to do my pin stitch to finish up through both vertical and horizontal. So the thread, the horizontal thread splits along to the end, so it's going down as through the bar. Could call it the bar of the gate, couldn't I? And then back up again through both threads and your actual thread that your strand of floss. And then to the other side. And I normally would bring it through and cut it, but it's decided it's just come off the needle, so that's fine. But that is how I do that. That's how I end my thread. Double, it's double. The loop the loop finish should hold it, especially in 25 count. But I like to do the pin stitch as well. The pin stitch on its own would hold it. But I have had them come undone. Right. Let's see, I should be getting a bit faster with this now because I'm not having to add in threads, so. Yeah, the goal is, as I say, 250 stitches a day, minimum. If I have a really good stitchy day on my main project, then I will stop at the 250. But if I'm having one of those days when I'm just not getting anywhere, then I will carry on stitching until I go to my bed or whatever. But what I might do is I might switch back onto marker again because I've not hit my 3,000 stitches yet. So those of you that know me know that I like my 3,000 stitches for a start. Jane, what are you working on, sweetheart? How are you getting on with your nativity on Christmas Tiny Towns? I went and had a wee look at them. I was having a little nose on 1, 2, 3 Stitch earlier. It's the only place I could think of that I knew had them. And I wanted to have a look at them because they intrigue me. Not very good when it comes to non-full coverage stuff, especially if it's not so much if it's PDF, but if it's paper, I'm apt to miscount. So if I can get a PDF version, I would be, I would be over the moon. But I have got the 4 seasonal Quakers from Jardin Privé. Oh, what the? Oh, right. Okay, we'll just pop you there because I need to do another one of these. I forgot how to count again. I also want to do like that when I forget how to count to 4. I've only done 3 stitches, I should have done 4. And I've marked them off as well. Today has been one of those days I've been knocking stuff over, I've been tripping over things, and then if that's not bad enough, the cats are getting in the way. Oh, sounds interesting. A hamster. Getting good progress in Tiny Town, but however, a relative has asked me to stitch a small hamster pattern. So working on that 4 inches by 4 inches and 28 count pale blue linen. Oh, how do you find the linen? Is it over 2 or is it over 1? Sorry, I'm just being really, really nosy. Anyone else that's watching, what are you working on? I don't even know how many people are watching. Oh, Catherine's watching me. She's coming through on Facebook. Hold on till I get Facebook up on my Chromebook. Okay, just get your message now, Catherine. I wasn't quite expecting to see that come popping up on my screen. But, yeah. Let's see what's Catherine saying. Let's see. I feel like Nicola. Catherine's coming in from Facebook. Oh. God, is it really wet? Is it really Wednesday tomorrow? It's been a quick first half of the week. Oh, it's not showing up. Wait a minute. Are you gonna... This is really weird. It's showing my messenger, but it's not showing your newest message, Catherine. I'll just get it up on screen now. 2/2. Fine linen. I find linen from various places, not play arts and design or create nostalgia. But any shop that sells it. Oh, good. Got this from a place near Leeds. Arts and craft, arts and design. I'm sure that's near Patsy. I'm sure that's down Dumfriesshire way. No, I'm still not getting your newest message, Catherine, coming up through on my Facebook on my Chromebook. This is really weird. Right, we'll close it. That's really weird. I can't use my phone to look at it because it's... Yeah, it'll come up when it's ready, I suppose, I dare say. Sorry, Catherine, I will get a look at it as soon as it appears. Nope. Unread. No unread chats. That's strange. I'm so sorry, Catherine. I can't get your message to come open on here, so hold on. Do you want to try send me another message? And see if it kicks this one, kicks it. Because it's just not showing. And I know you sent one. Because I got no notification on my phone. See, I've got your laughing, I've got your laughing faces, but I didn't get your. Me and technology today are just not working. Oh dear. Yeah, I think that's a. It's not. It's really weird. Right, you're typing. Okay. Oh, sounds like you. Oh, as long as my pattern keeper's working, I'm happy. I shall read your message as soon as it decides to come up. You might have to copy and paste it or retype it because it's just not showing up. Unless it was the laughing faces, was it? Oh. See, that's cold. Oh. Honestly, my nose has run like a river for the last 3 or 4 days. I woke up on Friday morning and got up and I was working on my project and I thought, you know what? I really need to do my wet parade, and I thought, right, I'll do it tomorrow instead of doing my update. Because my update for on Saturday would have been all my December stats. And I thought, right, I could do my December stats at the beginning and then do my yearly stats. And I was like, I woke up on Saturday morning and I was like, my nose was running, my eyes were running. I was like, oh no. And I thought, wait a minute, and I thought, how have I got a cold? I've not been anywhere to pick it up from anyone. The only thing I think of is one of my parcels was getting delivered New Year's Eve, and the delivery boy was obviously under the weather because he was sort of snuffling and sneezing, and that's the only place I could think of I've picked it up. But hopefully it is just a cold and nothing more. I've done nothing, like I said, I've done nothing but blow my nose and sneeze for the last wee while. So, right, what I'm going to do is I am going to see if I can pop that. No. Right, hold on, I'll do that. Right. Do that. Close. There we go. I can see now. I can see what Catherine's saying to me on Facebook, and I can still see my pattern keeper. Can I move it? Can I narrow it a wee bit more, or is it not? It doesn't like to go any narrower. Okay. What Catherine was saying was, on higher count, I always follow the top weave of the fabric for my top leg to prevent slippage. Oh, you mean like, say, if it's the vertical, you do your normal stitch, but if it's horizontal, you do top to bottom. Is that what you mean? That's a good idea, that, actually. I'm quite lucky, actually, when I'm stitching on even weave, it doesn't happen very often that I do have a slip. I'm just taking my idiot off. Oh. Hand. Oh. Try and take my idiot off with it, take my top off as well. Oh my God. Oh, right, that's fine, Jane. I have got a group made on Facebook, but I've not actually opened it, if you know what I mean. It's still hidden. I'm going to wait until after my WIT parade. Can you guys believe I had 21 new starts last year? Oh, I mean, 21. I must be mad. Where's that going? Right, hold on a minute. Those ones are done. I'll park it there. This one, right, there's none on that one. Oh, I get to show you how I look finish again. Oh no, because I've actually finished the stitch. Right, see how I've forgotten to do my loop finish? Where are we? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that wee modified pin stitch and then do a normal, what I call a normal pin stitch, or my version of it. I'm sorry, I'm just knocking the camera. Right, open the threads up so you can see. Come down about 3 or 4 threads, so to about there. So when it's the vertical threads are on top, I sometimes find it easier to pierce the lower the horizontal thread first, and I sort of wiggle it to get through there. Especially if I've been having a really hard time getting through the threads. I mean, if this was Ada, it would be a proper pin stitch. It would be, see, I've got a, there we go. It would be a proper pin stitch, you know, from the sides coming into the middle. But because it's this, I can't do it that way on the 25 count. My needle side's around too much on the fabric thread. There is probably a way of doing it. I'll probably need to get chenille needles, but I mean, you've seen the problem I had. Where's 729? You've seen the problem I had threading a regular tapestry needle, which is without trying to thread a chenille needle because they are tiny. Quite do. I'm just trying to figure out what your diagram's saying. Oh, do you normally go top to bottom anyway? What's your normal, Catherine, when you're doing like on Ada? Say on Ada, how do you normally make your stitch? If I know that, then I might be able to figure out what you're meaning. Yeah, 21, and yes, we will be. Yes, Jane, I think we are a little bit I think we're a little bit mad. I think we'll have to be those of us that have multiple whips. Could be worse. I could be having, I could have over 200. Be like Jen, trying to figure out. I was watching our used update from last weekend, and I was like, and I like the idea of the game that Jesse Marie's come up with. Is it Marshall Manor or Marson Manor or yeah? Bottom right, top left, bottom leg. Oh, so you do your stitches opposite way from me. I do bottom right, bottom left to top right, and then I do bottom left to top right. And when I have a slip stitch, the top leg, instead of being bottom left to top right, is top right to bottom, no. Instead of being bottom right to top left, is top left to bottom right. But you do your stitch, because your cross is the opposite way around from mine, so instead of being like that, where are we? Oh, hold on, come out a bit. Instead of being like that, for my stitch, your stitches are like that. You get me? Oh no, you're the same as me. So you're the same as me. Right, okay. Yeah. Oh. Right, can you see that all right there? Or do you want me to zoom you back in? I'll zoom you in rather than move the screen. Hold on. That better. Oh, I really need to play about with settings to get used, just so I know where I'm putting the camera and what have you. Where am I? That colour is that one. Now let's see if we can do better than we did on New Year's Day with this. I did almost a 3-hour video with you guys. Oops. And I managed 150 stitches. And then when I came off camera, in 3 hours I did triple that. So oh dear. In fact, no, I tell a lie. I didn't do 100. Yeah, I did do 150 when I came off camera. I did more. But I had one of those days on New Year's Day after I'd finished filming. I was like, huh, what now? What do I do now? Right. See, that's what I'm confused with when you... Seeing it follows the weave. That's why I'm getting confused, I think. Hold on. Let me go back and have another look at the picture. You sent me a little picture in the message, so let me go back. Right. So... Yeah, so you do that then. That's that. Wait, let me think. Right. Right. On a vertical weave, when it's going, when the weave's, the top on the fabric is going up, is going very up and down, you do a normal right to left stitch. Am I right? And then when it's horizontal, you do top, the same as what I would do if it slips the top left to bottom right. Or am I still getting confused? I'm probably still getting confused actually. I do apologise if you just heard my stomach. I had what we call a council tea. Sausage, egg and chips. for dinner tonight, and it was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I like the fried egg, but I like my yolk runny, but not too runny. And Emma, who cooked, my lovely neighbour next door, cooks for me because she says it's easy enough just to stick an extra chicken breast in or an extra couple of totties in, and it saves me from having my electricity running away with the cook for my cooker. Don't get me wrong, I do occasionally cook for myself, but it's so nice having someone else cooking for me. And Emma knows me so well, she knows exactly how I like my eggs, and yeah, they were yummy. They were really yummy. Also, because of my back, I find it difficult to stand for any length of time. And so I can't stand for long to cook. I mean, I can put stuff in the oven, take stuff off, but to stand for the length of time it takes to do what I would call a fry up, I can't stand for that long. And of course, you know what's going to happen. As soon as you sit down, it'll burn. But I am looking into getting a perching stool for in the kitchen so that I can be a bit more independent again. Because I do miss my independence to a certain extent. That having someone else cooking for me, it's, you know, she'll message me, she'll say, we're having this for dinner tonight, or, you know, and then if I don't fancy it, I'd just say, I'm not, not for me. Do it for yourselves, I'm not, you know. But, yeah. I get like that, Maddie, the hyper focus. So much so it gets on my friends' nerves if we're, you know, if I'm focused, if I'm super focused on something. It could be even something so simple as there's something on television at the back of it, you know, at the back in the background, and I just stop what I'm doing and I sit and I just stare at the screen, and it's like someone puts me in a trance. It's like it puts almost a trance like state, because she could be sitting there and she could say my name 2-3 times, and the only way she can break the focus normally is to shout at me or throw something, or make a loud noise. Always been like that. I just get so into whatever I'm doing or whatever I'm watching that I just lose track of I lose track of time as well. So I've discovered a certain, let's just say a certain AI bot that sits in your living room and you shout at it. And sometimes it comes on at inopportune moments and tells you it doesn't understand what the person is saying, or I'm not sure how I can help you with that. You know, comes on when you're watching television. Because it eavesdrops. And I'm not going to say its name because it'll probably start up. But it begins with an A. I've actually started using the timer on that. As the gist of that. Yeah. Starting using it, like set up for a timer for an hour. I've had to do it a couple of times when I've been doing my Stitch with Me's as well, because I forgot to set the timer on my Chromebook, and to be able to get to it, I've got to sort of almost break my arm under my frame to get to the touchpad, so I can actually do the setting on it. No, I don't want to do those 2 stitches because, yeah, I just want to park it there. So that's us. We have been on for, whoops. And now have another severe warning come up on my screen. I wonder if this severe warning that's just come up on my screen is for tomorrow, for more imaginary snow that's not going to appear. Don't get me wrong, I think they've gotten it worse. The direction it's coming was from the west, so I think the west coast has got it more. And up north they got it seemingly. But we got a couple of snow flurries and then it turned to sleet, and I was like, oh, that's disappointing. I was going to take Charlie outside and plunk him down in the snow and see how long it took him to come back in. If he could beat his record of 5 seconds like from last year. He just paused at the cold wet snow he was in. He did stay him away for the rest of the day. And, I mean, Maddie, what's your dog like in the snow? Does he lose all reason? Because our dog that we had, Ben, he would go out and he would roll in it and he would just toss it over his head, and he'd throw a snowball. No matter how deep the drift was, he was going after that snowball. Notice that I'm stitching on the diagonal here, guys. I'm parking, and I'm doing my usual where I'm stitching under completed stitches. I'm parking under part threads or spaces. It just seems to flow better for me. Right, so I've stitched on that colour in that row. Right. That one's under a completed stitch. Ouch. Oh my goodness. So the river's frozen further up and it's breaking up. Oh my goodness, Jen. I've heard of the river ribble. I've heard of it. Don't know how I've heard of it, but I have heard of it. I don't know, Ribble Valley or something like that. Am I thinking the right place? Right. That's part there. I'm liking this. 72 stitches. Yeah. That's under stitched. Right, okay. Oh, that's what I've done. I forgot to mark that stitch off because I'm a twit. Right. Mark that one off. That's the one I'm about to do. This is the other one that was the duplicated colour. This is the other piece of 782. Why is that not parked there? It should be. Oh no, it's parked under the... It's parked there, that's why. See? They're both the same colour. It's not supposed to confuse me them being on two different strands, except for the fact that I couldn't see the other one, because it was parked where it was supposed to be parked, but I was looking at the wrong spot. Total brain floof for a second there. No, mark off, park that. Alright. Stitch there. No, wait, it. Two. And then there. Take a hot flush now on top of everything else. That's maybe why I've heard about it then, Jane, if it floods. It was an area that floods every year or every couple of years. Did it not have really bad floods there a couple of years ago? From what I can see, it's actually quite a nice part of the world. A lot of nice little parts of the world in the UK, isn't there? That's not the place where... That's not the place where there was a bridge that was in danger with the flooding, was it? Same sort of part of the world. A couple of years back. Maybe that's why I know it. I'm thinking the same year that York we had quite bad flooding in the city centre. Was that sort of year that we had the really bad wet winter? It just never seemed to stop raining. I hate winters like that. I like crisp winters or snowy winters. As long as the snow doesn't linger, turn into icy slush. And park you there. I thought I had done that. That's the wrong colour. Not there. Well, that's the right colour there. Remember when I said that I had, well, I'd marked that, I had stitched it, but I had forgotten to mark it off. I've done it in the wrong colour, so I'm just going to stitch over it when you go through. not frogging it for the sake of one needle, one stitch. So that's there. I'm missing a thread. I'm missing a stitch there now. What the? Right. You can go there. To there. And again, I've marked a stitch off, but not stitched it. I'll fix that in a minute. Not a very good deal, but don't normally make this many mistakes. One, two. Now, let's mark you off. Marked there. That one there, I'm marked off, but I'm not stitched. Where are you? Where did you go? Right, you. I see what I've done. Right, okay. That one's been marked up as well and it's not been done. That's where I parked it. That's what I've done. Right, okay. Panic over. I was sitting there thinking, why would I have stitched that? Because it's closing up a stitch. Oh, tell you. Oh, you're joking. Are you still recording? Is it still recording? Because it was that chat discontinued and now it's telling me, now it's buffering on here, on my laptop. Can you still hear me and see me? All I did was move the... How's that happening? Oh, I think... Right. Oh. Come on, come the needle. Yeah, it would glitchy. It says disconnected chat, and then it came up right after it was chat successfully connected, and I was like, what was that all about? And then now my screen, I don't know what's going on with this. Why is it not getting you? Why are you not getting to see it? Because it's on my phone up here. So I don't know what's going on. Is it buffering though? Or is it... This is really weird. Right, there's where I moved it up. Right. So far behind. What's going on? Really far behind. There's like almost a full minute lag on it now. It's never normally that far. But according to the app, I have excellent quality for connection, so it's really weird. Not buffering as far as you can tell. Yeah, it's just weird. You can see what you're doing, so buffer. So no buffer. It's really weird. Unless it's just on my end that it's acting up. Because I'm looking into editing software. Yeah, I'm going to try editing. And I'm going to try getting it so that I can record my pattern keeper and put it on the screen as well. But it depends on this Chromebook. I might actually have to get a tablet, a new tablet just for pattern keeper and for recording the, recording the screen, because I've got a funny feeling this Chromebook won't accommodate it. Unless I could find a way of recording it, and as I record it, it goes straight into my, like say my OneDrive or something. I don't know. I'm very technically challenged these days. Very technically challenged these days. I got a lovely phone call from the doctor this afternoon. Time to go get turned into a pincushion in a fortnight because it's time for me to get my blood tests. Well, that's something to look forward to. She's like, I know that you like it. You don't like a lot of warning. She says, but I've got to do it now because she's going on holiday. And I'm like, oh, okay. I have a phobia of needles, so the least lead up time to these type of appointments, the better. I was like, when she said about it, I was like sitting there going, please tell me it's tomorrow, please tell me it's tomorrow, please tell me it's tomorrow, and it's not. It was a fortnight. I was like, oh. I think I must have groaned. And she said, I know you like it. I know you like it if we don't give you a lot of notice for these ones, but I said, how come you can book blood tests for a fortnight in advance, but you can't book doctor appointments for a fortnight in advance? Or a week in advance. It used to be like I'd get my blood test one week, and then when I went out and get my blood test, I could make an appointment at the doctor to get my results a week later. Can't do that anymore. I've got to phone up. It's like, that's putting the onus on me to remember to phone up. I mean, 9 times out of 10, when you phone up, you can't get a reply. It's like, for goodness sake, what's the point? I suppose I should be grateful we've got the NHS. That I don't have to pay for my health care. I think if I was having to pay for my health care, I'd be a lot worse off. I'd be a lot worse than what I am. My health would be a lot worse than what it is. So I suppose I've got that to be grateful for. But I think the NHS is broken. Right, you are... Park that parked there. What's that? Now, I think this Chromebook's on his way out. It's just lagging now. Great. I'm going to have to go and buy a tablet now. I thought I had at least a year before I had to worry about that, but nope. It's starting to lag. It could just be that it's needing turned off and turned back on again. My laptop's working brilliantly now. Can you guys actually see what I'm stitching, or is it off screen? Because really weird. If I zoom out too far, it's... Did I say typing or stitching? Because my brain was... I'm having one of those days when I'm getting words wrong and... Pardon me, you can see, Maddie, good. I'm not so bothered when I'm doing my normal Stitch with Me's, but when I'm doing my live stream, because the chat on the studio, the live studio, because the chat box covers half the screen, I can never tell if you're actually seeing what I'm stitching or not. And it's really weird actually seeing, you know, you've done the stitch and you turn to look at the chat and you see yourself doing the stitch, and it's like really, really weird. I shall get used to it, I suppose. So, Tuesdays and Thursdays for live stream, ladies. And then I can do maybe Mondays and Fridays for normal Stitch with Me's. And then I've got my updates on a Saturday. I was actually thinking about switching updates to a Sunday, because I could start a week on a Sunday on my tracker, but I can't start it on... Oh, you idiot, that's wrong. So yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock or 7:30. I'll make it 7:30, the same as Nicola. And that way you can get into a wee routine. Yeah? Where's that? Come on. But keep it the same as Nicola, you're not going to get confused. And it keeps me right as well, keeps me honest. Yeah. I could do a Saturday, I suppose, but so many other things happen on a Saturday. I'm already doing my update. But if I switch that to a Sunday, I can do either a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Saturday. I'm not going to be greedy and do 3, at least not just now. And the fact that you can get it on replay, and this thread is not going on the reel. Come on. Right, you are in the wrong place, because you should be one over to the right. And how long should we aim for? 2 hours? Or just until I've done my 250 stitches? Because if I'm doing a block of stitches, it's going to be over in, no, 250 is going to be over in an hour, so I think 2 hours, maybe. Or will we just do it, play it by ear? There. I did change my two reading glasses, but I'm struggling to see that now. Yeah. Do you want to see my progress on Monarch? Then, shall I show you that now? Right, let's just zoom these out, bring these up, bring this over. Whoops. I'm gonna have to wait till it catches up. Hold on. I don't know if it's gonna show. Yeah, it's about a minute behind. So I'm sitting there, I'm hoping that you can see that. It's so nice after doing an abundance of fruit with upwards of 20 to 30 colour changes in a block to go to something that's got maybe 4 or 5. Oh, bless you, Charlie. You got my cold. Probably you that gave me the flimming cold. You can see it? Yeah. So what do you think? Looks good, eh? With that graduation of the sky like that. I'm really enjoying it. It's really restful. And I've only got another 500 stitches or so to go until I sorry for the camera quake and for moving you around so much. Yeah. Oh. Right, I'm going back to Catherine's picture. I can't show that because I can't get my Chromebook under the phone. But I think looking at it, I can see. Right. I see what you're meaning now, Catherine, yes. Sorry about that. I wasn't being dumb, I just couldn't visualise it. Yeah. And because you're always doing the bottom leg the same way, you can park it as you would normally if you park. I don't know if you park or not. Yeah. My shoulder is really starting to hurt. I thought I'd done myself a mischief yesterday. I was feeding the boys and I had bent over to put Oscar's pouch into his bowl. When I stood up, something went crunch in my back, but it wasn't where it normally is. It was like I trapped a nerve or something for about an hour. My back was aching. It was like somebody had punched me. And like where my problem with my back is at the small of my back. But this happened about midway up my ribs. And it felt like someone had punched me in the back. I thought, no, what's going on here? And I was like, I was yelping. So I managed to get myself back into the living room and I sat down and I took my painkillers a wee bit earlier than I normally would, and I just sat and stitched until the ouchie went away. But oh my god, it hurt. It was like something had crunched, and I thought, oh no, don't tell me that's another vertebrae being crunched. But it seems to be fine today, but that's my shoulder starting to hurt. But under the shoulder blade, feels like someone's sticking a knife in it. Must be needing painkillers or something, because I think I forgot to take them at dinner time. I'm doing really well with them at the moment. I'm doing a really good job at forgetting to take tablets just now. If I don't set a reminder on my phone to take my medication at 9 o'clock, I forget to take my antidepressant at night. So if when I'm working on, if I'm working on a live stream and you hear that device beginning with A, that's what it'll be. Remind me to take my tablet, because I have been forgetting to take it, and it's not helped my depression at all. As it wouldn't if I'm not taking my antidepressants, would it? But I'm really good with them for ages, and then it just takes me maybe a week, not even a week, a couple of days, just forget to take them. And then I have that doubt in myself that I've taken it, and then I'm like, I can't remember if I've taken it, but I can't take another one, just in case I have taken it. I'm like that with my painkillers too sometimes. I'm like that with my thyroxine as well, my levothyroxine as well in the morning. I could be sitting there and I could be looking at, I could be sitting there and I look at the clock and I think, oh god, it's 11 o'clock. Did I take my tablets this morning? And I'm like, oh, did I? I can't remember if I took them. Probably did take them, because it's usually the first thing I do when I sit down. I've got my coffee and I've got my breakfast, and I sit down and I have my breakfast, and after eating my breakfast I usually have my tablets. And it's usually my thyroxine and my painkillers. And I could still be sitting there at 11 o'clock, I think to myself, oh, did I remember to take my tablets? Really, it's really quite worrying that I'm forgetting that I'm going to forget that I've taken something one of these times and end up in hospital. I really need to figure out a way of recording when I've taken them, so that I don't end up with a potential overdose, or end up being ill because I was supposed to have taken something I've not. Quite lucky with my antidepressant. If I forget it one day, it's not a big thing, Glad you like my Monarch. I've also been working, before Christmas and New Year, I was working on winter montage, as you know. I got the first page completed, and I've started on the second page. And who was I watching? Blush and Pink Stitches. I was watching her Whip Parade earlier. She's doing it as well. I was like, oh, I knew that Stitching Mummy was doing it, and I could remember someone else was doing it because I had seen them talking about it. And it was when it came on screen, I was like, I know that pattern. I'm about the same spot as you. So yeah, a lot of nice pattern, nice projects if you're looking for someone else to watch. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who else have I watched today? Because I had a little spell of watching floss tube earlier. I watched Tammy at Tammy Stitches, who is doing, she's doing not Floss Frenzy, but Floss Friends, she calls it. What she does is she's got so many floss tubers that she's got whips for, and well, she's watching their videos, she's stitching on their whip, and I am honoured to be one of her floss friends. She's doing Celtic Owl from Zana Crosswell. And it's lovely, it's a beautiful project. I was going to go and have a look at it. That was what I was going to do after I'd watched her video, and then I got sidetracked. So I'm going to go and watch that. I'm going to go and have a look at that. So that might be breaking my stash, you know, breaking the cherry, shall we say, or getting rid of the cherry for the cross stitch buying for this year. If I like it. I know I do like it. I might just put it on, I might actually just copy the link. I'm going to create an online document for myself and copy the links to the ones that don't have wish lists. Create one wish list. Right, I don't want to stitch that one just now because it's going to block that off. I'll just mark that one apart. There. Alright, I'm doing really well. 122. Oh no, I'm having a problem with this needle again. There it is. Right. That's there. I think I might film a stitch with me. If I don't do my whip parade, I might just do. No, I'm going to do my whip parade because it needs done. And then once it's done, I can start on my rotation. I was supposed to be starting my rotation yesterday, and nah. I mean, it's fine. I've got stitches to spare. Still got 412 to do on one to get to my 3000. So I've got that still to do. One, two, three, four. One. Like my magnets. I've got this one, Crazy Cat Lady, and we have got Today's Great Mood is sponsored by Coffee and Cross Stitching. Both of these are from Michelle's Stitch Mania Stash shop on Etsy, although I think she prefers to do it through her Facebook page now. Because of Etsy's fees are seemingly quite, they've taken quite a chunk these days. I've got other ones. I've got, I ordered 3, but there was a mess up with the post office. They lost my parcel. And so to make up for it, Michelle sent me a 4th one. So yeah, so I got 4 needle minders. Getting a wee collection now. I just need to get something to put them on. Right, I think we'll just end that thread. Ouch! Just stabbed myself in the finger. Right, it's not going through with the eye end. So, oh, for goodness sake, we'll try that again. Right, down. Doesn't like me tonight. This thread does not like me at all. Oh, come on, get on the needle. I'll get the needle threader out. Don't like getting the needle threader out. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of brute strength and ignorance, eh? No. Ouch! As long as I'm not bleeding. As long as there's no blood on the fabric, I'm fine. I can stab myself as often as I like, as long as I don't bleed. Not bleeding. I'm fine. I am not messing about with that. What I'll do is I'll not cut it until I get down there though. Right. I'm going to unmark you because I'm not stitching you now. Or I'll get with new thread. That's when I'll stitch you. Right. I've kind of changed the way I'm doing it slightly. In the higher confetti areas, what I'm kind of doing is I'm doing part threads first, then going back in and doing threads that are new. And as long as there is thread on the needle, I'll stitch. But as soon as I get to the end of the thread, I'm not starting a new thread straight away. That's like down here. You can't see down here. But down where the raspberries are, or the strawberries, or whatever they are on the plate are, there's quite a lot of colour changes in there. And in the vine leaf on the side, down the side of the page, there was a lot of colour changes in there. I'll try and remember how I'm doing it when I get to another high confetti area, and I'll try and film it. I just felt it went a bit better, and I felt the stitches lead a little bit neater as well. And then if there's really a lot of confetti where it's like changing your thread every stitch, I'm just going to switch back to stitch by stitch. You know, do your stitch, park it, do your next stitch, park it. It's just... finding ways to work, isn't it? It's finding ways that work for you. And what works for me doesn't necessarily work for you guys. So, and what works for you guys doesn't necessarily work for me. It all comes down to the stitcher at the end of the day and how they stitch. And just like there's many different designers, many different types of pattern, there's lots of different ways of stitching. And I don't know who, other than Maddie, who else is doing the head sew? Because I don't know, I saw you commented on one of them that were doing the extreme cross country, Maddie. What you done? What you done? Oh, 357. Sorry, I couldn't see. I was squinting at the screen. I was squinting at the laptop trying to see what number it was. I could see it was a number. Congratulations, Maddie. Good work. Yeah. Oh, that's not. That shouldn't be. Can come back out that one. You'd commented on the extreme cross country ones. No, they're not everyone's cup of tea, Jane. And I mean, I'm actually thinking about joining the Cross Stitch Studio one, but it's a new page every 2 weeks, but their sale runs until June 2027. So it runs a wee bit longer. So I'm thinking what I might do is see how I feel once I've completed this, because I will complete it this year. I completed it last year, and if I do 250 stitches a day, it's taking me till beginning of December, I think. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is the once I've completed the head cell, what I'm going to do is look at the Cross Stitch Studio one, because by then the majority of the pages will be out, and I might just join it. And if I get this finished quicker, then I might just join it, and I'll just do the same, stick to however many stitches a day. I've just done exactly what I said I wasn't going to do, and completed that stitch. Oh, and I've marked that off. Oh, right, I've done those. Right, okay. Not that one. That one there, that one there. And park it. No. Mark those ones and park that one. Right. So that one, then. So yeah, I might just do that, and then I'll just download the pages as they come out, and I'll have them then. And there's no reward for the Cross Stitch Studio one as far as I know. I think there's a voucher if you finish so many pages or something. I don't know exactly. I need to look at it again. But I might just do that and forgo the head cell next year. But then I said I wasn't going to do the head cell this year. And then I saw the charts. And I was like, oh. And then I saw the milestone charts. I was like, oh. And I have to admit, there is one of the charts for the completion, one of the 3 that I like. So, you know, it wouldn't be a hardship if I did complete it, because I'm not going to complete. It's not a case of me completing it and then not liking any of the achievement charts. So 1, 2, 3. And I think I am going to be getting new neighbours upstairs soon. My neighbours, my upstairs neighbour, the ones that I would say, can you hear them stomping? Can you hear the noise? They moved out 2 weeks before Christmas, I think it was. And the joiner's been in, plumber's been in, the electrician's been in, I think. And I think it's just the painter. And then it'll be ready to for them to let again. So yeah. As long as they're not too heavy on their feet, I don't care. If I was out of work, it wouldn't bother me. But because I'm in the house all day, you know, any noise from upstairs, it can get quite annoying. Oh, come on, no. Yeah, and right. See, this is what I've been doing. Because the threads were parked there, I've stitched them before I've gone back and stitched them up there. It just seems to work better for me. It just saves me from faffing about trying to find the threads. Oh, I bet you could. I bet you could. If you found something like that, if there was a project that you liked enough. I actually, with Van Gogh last year, I stitched quite a lot on it in January and February. So at least some sort of March onwards. May, I didn't touch it at all. June, I very rarely touched it because, as you all know, my stitchy bug took a massive dive in June. October, I don't think, no, I did touch it in October, but not all of October. And then I was like, no, I want this done. When the last instalment come out, I was like, no, I want this done and off my list. So I kind of stuck at it until it was done. But the good thing about that was it then kick-started the end me to finish Taboo, because that came right after it. And then because I still had the black work sale for, I said 2024, I think it was actually 2023 sale, I decided to finish that off and get rid of that and get that out of my whip list as well. So it kind of kick-started 2 additional finishes, because I had done my Mother Long Dog finish at the start of the year from tail end of last year, and I have to admit I enjoyed doing trying to get them finished. So I think what I'm going to do this year is work to get this finished for the 1st of December, and then from the 1st of December to the end of the month I'll go through my whips, whatever one's got the least number of stitches, and that will be my evening focus. And then I'll go, if I'm going to do the cross stitch duo sale, and if I'm going to start it, I'll start it 1st of January. Give myself 6 months, yes, but I don't think I'm going to do it in 6 months. So what I will do is I will just slot into that slot, and I'll just download the pages so that I've got the full chart. And I'm not going to finish it on time, but I don't care. You know, especially if I like the chart. If I don't like the chart, then I'm not going to bother, because the one last year was too whimsy for me. I don't do really whimsy, fairy tale, cartoony type charts. I think the only one that can sort of go into that category of being kind of cartoony is Harmony. Because of the colours that's in it. I have got, however, saying that, I have got Al Capone. I think Stitch is so beautiful. That's Catherine Stitch's got, well, she messaged me with a link to it. She went, found Charlie. Yeah. And then Missy's done a couple of other charts, like black and white tuxedo cats. And one of them was Charlie, so I'm trying to decide which one I like the best. I'm calling it quits because my shoulder's sore, guys. But I've stitched. Now wait a minute, let me mark those last 2 stitches off. I've stitched 155 stitches, but my shoulder's starting to hurt. And so I'm going to call it quits for tonight because I have done in total. A minute. Get the calculator up. Let's see. 1, 8, 9 plus 5. So I didn't reach my 250, but I've got enough in the bank. I've done 1,244 today, but my shoulder's really hurting now. I must have forgot to take my painkillers at dinner time because it's really sore. But thank you for your company, guys. Don't know if I can zoom these out. There we go. Here's my overall progress on an abundance of fruit. Just take that off the needle because I'm not going to stitch anymore tonight. I'm going to take my painkillers and go to my bed, I think, because I'm tired. So that's my progress on it so far. So I'm going to finish up with my usual. It's not about the number of stitches you do in a stitchy session, because even one stitch is still progress, as it is one less stitch you still have to do. And remember to be kind and to treat others as you wish to be treated yourself. A smile, kind gesture, kind word might cost you nothing, but it could mean the world to the person on the receiving end. You don't know what a person is going through, excuse me, in their life. They could be having an absolute nightmare of a day, and your kind gesture, kind smile, kind word can make all the difference. Also, it reminds us we are not an island, that we are not alone, and that we do see you. So, thank you everyone, and for your company this evening, and I shall see you all in the next one. As I say, I'm going to try and film my whip parade tomorrow. Sniffles hopefully will not be around, and I will film that tomorrow and upload it possibly for Saturday. And I think I might switch my update days to Sunday, because my planner can go from Sunday, but it doesn't seem to go from Saturday. And I shall just open that now. Tab to a new window. I'll open that up. I'll do that. I'll do. Come on. Open up. Why are you way along there? Seriously? Oh. Right. I need to scroll down and put 155 in there. That has taken me to a total on abundance of fruit to 3,422. And Monaco Glen is, according to this, 2,625. So yeah. But thank you for your company this evening, ladies and gents. If there's any gents watching, thank you, and I shall see you all on the next one. Thank you. Good night. Bye bye. Oh.